𝒂𝒏𝒆.
Hello, all. Welcome back. Happy Friday Eve. Get ready for a good show tonight because it is going to be great. We have three good topics. I have my co-host introduce himself, and then we will get started.
What up, y'all? It's the famous homie. Oh, wait, I'm Ronnie Howard tonight. Oh, what's good? See, I'm tripping. I don't even know what name I'm using. I just had a long-ass day. But anyway, glad to be back. Make sure y'all do like, subscribe, and share. And, you know, I got a bit of a announcement at the end.
At the end?
Well, I guess I could do it right now.
I mean, if you had a not good day, starting off with an announcement will make it close as a better day.
Yes, you know, you're right. You're right. So, you know.
Basically, I'm nosy, and I don't want to wait.
Well, the famous homie has reached back into his roots, and I'm going to be dropping a single at the end of next month.
Shut up.
Yes.
Congratulations. I cannot wait. Are you excited?
I am. I really am. This was something that, you know, I've always liked to do, but I always fucked around with it, didn't know what I was doing, had to teach myself a little bit, but it's something that I feel like I got a revelation, or I think the man above talked to me. Whether I don't know what's going to happen with it, I'm not expecting anything, but I have to do it because I got some shit to say. So,
you know, sometimes that's the kind of stuff that turns out the best.
Yeah. So,
just like when we show up for a show, and before we come on, what we're talking about behind the scenes is, I don't feel like doing this. I don't want to. I'm not doing this, and it'd be the best show, and we get off of it, and we sleep better, and you kind of woosah.
Right.
That's one of the benefits of feeding into your talent. It really is. I understand why people do social media, so I get.
Yeah.
And creative stuff.
And tapping into creativity, and I'm gonna make a whole project. I don't know when it's gonna be finished, but I'm definitely gonna get this first single out the way.
Okay.
Start making the shit that I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. So, you know, you'll probably hear it. Want to be the first ones to hear it first before I go public. But yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah, of course.
I am not afraid to fight boys. I'm not. We both know that, so that wouldn't be good. I think that's great. Congratulations, and good shit ahead.
Yes, great shit ahead. Great shit ahead.
All year long. This year is going to turn out really well. On your way in, please make sure that you like, and if you have not subscribed already, please subscribe. So let's get into talking shit. So somebody always posting some shit on social media, and I can't do it. So this is something that was posted, and I want to, one, you can put your feedback in the comments, and then also I'm going to ask my brother what he feels. Caveat, I already know what he's going to say. However, for the purposes of the show, here we go. So a man says that he will not step in if his baby's mother is being physically abused by her new boyfriend because it's not his responsibility. She is no longer under my protection. What are your thoughts? Is he right or is he wrong?
Interesting. This is interesting. I think my personal opinion, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to that. It depends on who you are and what you stand for. Like, we all have our own shit and how our own ways to deal with shit. Now, I would hope that any man that's witnessing a woman getting beat, like actually watching it, would step in and or do say, hey, or something like that. You know what I mean? If they're watching the shit happening in live action. However, you know, I'm picturing if this was happening around my kids, maybe I would have to remove the kids or do some type of intervention to get them away from that situation or something. I would have to step in and do something. Doesn't mean it's go knock a motherfucker out or shoot a motherfucker. It's trying to use your head, because, you know, trying to do that nowadays, let's say you emotional and run up in somebody's house or run up to somebody's house, they got all rights to shoot and kill your ass, and that's how people get hurt. So it's hard. It's kind of a rough topic, because I think you have to be smart. You can't just put yourself in danger of going to jail or in harm's way, for trying to, pay captain. I think yes, men should protect women, and depends on the situation. Like I wouldn't like that myself. And I don't even get along with mine, but I still, because I don't like abusive men. I don't like men that hit women myself.
Mhm.
I think if I seen him in public, or if I caught him outside of his home, you know what I'm saying?
Nah.
I could say something to him. You know what I mean? I could check him. But if you ask me if I'm gonna go to his house and knock on the door, hey man, motherfucker, like, you got to be smart how you move, because you
Right.
might risk yourself going to jail or getting hurt, trying to go protect somebody that technically is not yours anymore, even though she has your children. So I hope that makes sense what I said.
It does. I think that when we think about protection, because what was his exact words? He said he will not step in. My perception of what he means by step in is physically step in.
Yeah.
You listed a plethora of other responsible ways to step in.
Yeah.
Number one, for me, even as a woman, I would be upset if you called my son, because, or my brother, or my uncle, or my dad, any male in my family, because we already know that when we call somebody, we better be calling because it's really that serious and you really need that person, because that person more than likely is going to jail. They're
Right.
going to jail. So if you call them, that means you had no other options. How you skip past calling 911, how you skip past calling the men in your family that should protect you, how you skip calling, why you didn't call nobody from his family.
Right.
Why did you immediately call your baby daddy, which in itself is going to create a whole nother layer when this man see a baby daddy walk up versus a father or a cousin. You already setting the tone in an already angry space.
Right. Right.
So that's a setup to me. You setting this man up.
Right.
Second thing, okay, he come over there, he protects you. Oh, my baby daddy came and protect me. 2 days later, you still with that dude.
The same day, you still with that
The
dude.
same day.
You go
Because
get
why
your
you call 911?
back home.
I'm just saying. If you try to get him to leave and he won't leave, then why didn't you call 911? Can't nobody get there faster than him. Why are you protecting this man, but you're not protecting the men that love you and you love them the most? Because you called them. That don't make sense to me. My answer is no. Especially these days, my answer is no. You didn't do anything that you should have did before you called your baby daddy. So to me, you a messy type of girl anyways.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. And my kid coming with me because you don't have brain cells.
Right.
You don't have brain cells. And you apparently want to entertain this in some type of way because you don't want to piss him all the way off by calling the police.
Right.
You leaving wiggle room for you. Mm, mm-mm. We have a friend that an ex-girlfriend called the guy and said, um, my dad's friend who is older has been trying to talk to my 10-year-old and he won't stop. The person we know got in the car, drove there, beat that man up, and our other friend picked him up from jail the next morning. I got questions.
Yeah.
If he really did, you didn't even see no proof or nothing. It's men in your family. She got men in her family. She called him an ex that's not even his biological daughter. However, he sees the girl as his daughter. So I do get why he was really upset.
Yeah.
But she called, and now the next day they thanking him. But brother, my question is, why y'all wasn't at the precinct? Why did my friend come bail him out? How you wasn't right behind that police car, or you wasn't there saying, I got proof he was trying to mess with my dog? How you didn't call the police? He tried to mess with your 10-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah. That don't make a lot of sense at all. Like, what?
Brother, I don't understand.
You call
You
him.
didn't immediately snap?
Right.
Hmm.
That's like a whole different layer to the shit. Like, what? That's what you did? That's the first call you made? That's crazy.
The first call I would have been making would have been to a coroner or the police because I have already picked something up and hit him with it. I don't understand as a mother how your bare instincts didn't go in to protect your child.
Right, right,
And why is the family still hanging out with this person if he's doing this?
right. Exactly.
I got so many questions before I just get myself in trouble. You men better slow down because there are women out there that will set your butt up, especially from different races. I said what I said, and I mean it.
Yes, and I second it. Concur.
Sorry. Well, you didn't want nobody in your family to get in trouble. You called your ex.
Come on.
That's not the biological dad.
Come on. Knock it off.
Meanwhile, that's just my public opinion. I'm just saying. Now, let's take a look at, did you know that there is do you want to see the oldest or the most recent family that was still in slavery? Or do you want to see the man that acts like a sassy pants and he's mad at his wife for leaving because she didn't want to pay for his flight to his mama's funeral because she was fed up at 5 years because he won't work and he don't have no money.
Fuck. Fed up after 5 years?
5 years of him not working.
Okay, I have to make sure I heard that correctly. Sped up after 5 years of him not working.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's mad because she took him off the credit card and she don't want to be with him no more.
Okay, they have kids together, right?
I don't know. They didn't mention kids. I don't think she has kids.
I just
They
had
didn't mention it.
with or without kids, I'm still gonna probably ask the same question.
You want to see how sassy he is?
I want to. Yeah, I do. I'm just wondering why it took 5 years. You said 5 years without a job. You let someone be with you for 5 years without a job, man.
Because she was with him for 8. The last 5 years he haven't. So she was already married when he started doing these things.
I understand a year or two, maybe. I mean, I don't because I'm always gonna have some type of work income. But for those I know there's some down women out there. Like, you know what? I'm gonna hold him down until we get up.
That's what she was trying to do.
5 years is way too long, baby girl.
I'm gonna blame COVID. Okay, let's see. I'm about to show you. So this is her recap.
Okay.
All right,
Jesus.
guys. So this is Erica, and this is a response to my ex-husband Derek's video about him getting to his mother's funeral. Me and Derek has been married for 8 years. I've been the provider for 5. Derek fell off on hard times at his job. I gave him some time to get himself together, his mind right, get in a better mental space, emotional space, and he got too comfortable with it to where I ended up being the sole provider of the household. And the house that he was speaking about is is our house. So he did make it to his mother's funeral. He came back 2 days later. I was in the process of moving out. He acted a donkey. Okay. So me and his mother, God rest her soul, but we didn't get along like that. But that's it. I'm just tired. I can't keep taking care of Derek. I have removed all his names off of everything that we have had together, especially accounts, bank accounts, because Derek was not putting in nothing for years. When he would put something in, it's because he would do something small, get a little check here and there from Uber Eats or what's the other thing, Lyft or whatever, and he will only pay the car insurance or the credit card bill, which was like $75 at times because I knew that I wasn't spending a lot of money, but most of the time I was paying for it. He paid it probably about 6 times But the only thing that Derek was paying for was the car insurance and the credit card bill. I was paying the mortgage, the water bill, the light bill, the car notes, the groceries, the all household miscellaneous, the food, everything taken care of, and I'm tired. So that's where this has came down to, of him and his little video about him being mad about me not getting him a ticket to his mother's funeral. He made it there, he buried her, and that's it.
So, do you want to see how he responded before we even get into it? Might as well just see how he responded. I cut it short. It was obviously 6 minutes, but you can go to TikTok and see it yourself. But this is a little bit on how he sassy pants responded.
Back to the house to get the rest of my stuff, and clearly I can't even get up the stairs because D won't let me get the rest of my stuff. So can you move?
Move for what? You have everything that you got.
I need to get the rest of my stuff
Everything
that's
that you
upstairs.
have in that car, you already got. The rest of the stuff stays here. You know why? Because I paid for it.
You didn't pay for nothing.
Why you doing
I
your
wish you would
lies?
stop.
Did you tell them that I paid for all the rest of the stuff you're trying to get? I paid for it. Could you tell them that?
Can you please move?
You're
so
not
I
getting
can get
back
the
up
rest of my
here.
stuff?
You're not getting back up here. You made that decision when you took me off the cars. You made that decision.
I took you off everything. You don't own anything.
Congratulations to you.
All right, so can I
Everything
please
that you have.
go?
No, you cannot. No, you cannot. No. Out that door with the rest of your stuff. Everything
I'm
that
not
you got,
going anywhere until I get the rest of my stuff. I'm gonna have to call the
everything that
police.
you have, Erica, is on the outside of that door. You
I'm
get
gonna have to
nothing else
call
there.
the police.
I don't want you to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I'm gonna have to call the police.
And tell them
so
what?
I can get the rest of my
And
stuff.
tell them what?
Because I'm leaving.
See, now you're going to really air yourself out on live. When you call the police, guess what? My name is on this.
No, my name is on it as well.
Nah,
Cut
fam.
it out.
Nah, fam. Nah.
Cut it out.
Nah.
So let me get upstairs so I can go because I'm not doing this with you.
No, I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing it for you to be so insensitive. For
I'm
you
not
to be
being
so
insensitive. Can you move?
No, I cannot move. I had to borrow money from my brother
That's
to get
your
to the
problem.
funeral.
That's your problem.
Nah.
Get you some money, cause I don't know how you gonna pay for.
We are in a relationship.
No,
we help each other out. You don't bail when stuff get hard. You don't bail when.
The house is going up for sale.
Since when?
I will contact the realtor sometime next week, but it's gonna go up for sale.
That's a joint effort.
You
have to agree, and I have to agree.
Okay,
I'm not
and
doing
I get that.
I'm
So
not doing
you
it at all.
can't afford to stay
I
here.
moved you in here. I moved you in here.
You cannot afford to stay here.
I moved you in here. I'll get back on my feet. You cannot.
go?
No, you can't. No. And stop recording everything. Your life is not a movie. Stop recording everything.
Look, you really about to get on my nerves.
You've been gotten on mine. So now what?
And you've been getting on my nerves for the past 5 years. You being jobless and not bringing in anything in the house. I am tired.
You've been a cheater.
So, number one, very interesting. Somebody's logged in under my name, but okay. That has to be one of maybe my executive board members. But it's showing up as my name. User. There's no way he's not. And trigger. It triggered me. It triggered me for different reasons, though. I fortunately, no, I have, brother. I'll see your feedback because I don't want to be long-winded. Because I'm so confused, cousin. It's my mom.
Mom.
Yes, it's mom. Mom is showing up as me.
It's you. I thought you were cloned. Okay.
Listen, I was nervous. I was nervous, but see how I brought it down? See, like
I looked at it, was like, I must be too high. Like, I'm tripping.
Baby, I was like,
yeah.
I'm right here and I'm not typing this. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I looked at you and see what she was talking about. Is she typing? Like,
right. Okay. So yeah, our family business is familying right now. Yeah. I'm not mad at all. Okay, so what's your feedback? How do you what is he right? Is he right? You don't bail when times get hard. You supposed to hold me down. You took my name off your cards. Well, good for you. I had to borrow my money from my brother to go to my mama's funeral. Are those like,
I would say that he's what I call, or what they call, a Mitch. He's a Mitch. It's okay. By traditional rules, if you're a Christian rules, if you're a traditional Christian, they say you get married for better, for worse, and yada yada. You know the rest of the spiel. You stay down. The only grounds of divorce is adultery. I'm going to go on record and say I don't agree with none of that. I remember back in the day, a lot of women stayed with their husbands, getting their ass beat, you know,
Right.
stuff because it wasn't adultery. You're supposed to stay and get your ass beat. That is the most retarded, ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my life. So, yes, in a marriage and a partnership, you want to stay, you want to be down, you want to be all this and that. And I think there's a statute of limitation to that. So,
Right. She did 5 years.
it's more than enough time.
And
She
he's
gave
still
him,
talking to her like that.
ain't no man supposed to be not having no income for that long. Like, bro, you can go work at 7-Eleven and bring something in. Like when you get in a position like that, a woman want to see you do something. Like, okay,
Yeah.
he ain't prideful. He'll go work for 7-Eleven. He'll go drive for Uber. He'll go do something to bring some bread to the table to help pay these damn bills, because nobody want to pay those damn bills by themselves.
Right.
So he is extremely foul. He's disrespecting the fuck out of her for, nigga, she took care of you for 5 years in every way. Her name is on the house. You talking about she can't go up. You're being a bully because you're physically stronger than her. You're not allowing her to go upstairs in her own house that she pays the bills at. And you talking about we're supposed to be in a relationship. We help each other out. Nigga, 5 years is too long. You got about a year, maybe max a year and a half.
But how we helping each other? You don't
You
have
ain't help.
nothing.
You're not helping anything, sir. So it's like, I think a year and a half is crazy, but I'm just gonna give you some women to give you about a year and that's doing a lot right there.
A year is a lot.
To take care of somebody. That's a lot. So no, she's absolutely right. He's absolutely wrong, and he's a Mitch. He's a man bitch. So, that's what he is. He's sassy as hell. He being a bully. You know what I'm saying? You could tell he wouldn't stand up to no man. You know what I'm
It was
saying?
the bully for me. That
Yeah,
part triggered me the most.
yeah, exactly. Like, this nigga's tripping. I'm like, that. Oh my god, I could go all night about this nigga. This nigga's a certified weirdo. Like, certified
I
weirdo.
understand. I want to know, did anybody else find it strange that if my marriage is breaking up, I'm probably going to have more verbiage about my marriage. He did never say nothing like, I don't want to lose you. What
Right.
about our family? We
Right.
can grow. We can go to therapy. I don't want you to leave me. How are you
Right,
doing?
harder.
He didn't say nothing about the marriage. He didn't say nothing about her. He still brought up that plane ticket again about I. He didn't say, I love you. He didn't say, I don't want to let you go. He didn't say, I'm sorry. He didn't say not one single marriage, relationship, in love, or I even like you comment.
Right.
That's strange. Even I've seen people argue that don't even fucking like each other no more. And they still be like, yes, this is tearing me up. No, I never thought I would see myself getting a divorce. No, I never thought I would see us breaking up. But here we are. Like, they mentioned something
Right.
about what's really happening.
Right.
I don't understand. He only wants her. He wants the benefits, not the responsibilities. Clearly, for 6 minutes, he rambles on, and everything is, you did this to me. You went on a trip. You took me off the stuff. So, sir, when she added you to her cards, that was to build your credit. So why haven't you applied for credit in your own name? The same as like we said about that woman that time. We said the same thing about her.
Right.
How long was this woman? A mortgage is not a little bit of money. And right now, like, the economy is not doing well. I'm with you, brother. If what you can get is into fast food, security, Amazon, whatever you can do, no woman And you can call this a double standard. Just like a women can't sleep with men, like men can sleep with women, the woman gonna be the one called something because we the ones that's supposed to uphold our temple. That's how we our brain is, right? Well, our brain is also that the man is the provider. Point blank, period. So even if I make more money for you, if you're providing for me, I'm okay with that. But how you sitting around looking cute, like nigga, you got like you look like one of those niggas that think because you look a certain way that you can get things. No, that don't. I'm not gonna be tired and you sitting at home like a pampered bitch. Like no,
He was looking comfortable as hell.
it was it was the slides for me. It was the how he sat there, how he had his phone, his
Right.
whole demeanor, his whole everything triggered me.
That nigga was looking like he done got off of a 12-hour shift laying brick.
Like, bitch, do you know what you got?
Right.
It's only been a little while.
Nigga tripping.
The fact that your mental ain't fucked up. How your mental not disturbed?
Right.
How your mental not disturbed? When I was laid off, I had to calm myself down. I had money in the bank. You get paid when you get laid off. But for me, it was, I want to make my own money. Now, that's money that you earn when they give you severance and all of that.
Right.
I was working along with my severance. So by the time my severance actually kicked in, I already had a job the first time and I still got my severance. But I didn't sit there like, oh, it's cool, it's whatever. I want to work. I want
to make some more bread. I want to add to what I got.
He's not bothered at all. I never seen somebody not be able to provide for themselves. You got to ask her for everything.
Nigga.
I'm not cool with that. As a woman, what do I say? I never want to be a stay-at-home mom. I never wanted to be like what the Bible says, where the man is the provider in that degree, because that means he provides everything, not just the bills. I'm not asking my man for no money for my personal business stuff, for my monthly stuff. I'm not asking him for that. You can't even cover your wife getting your hair cut for you.
Nigga, she getting your deodorant.
That's embarrassing.
Embarrassing, bro. Bro, if you probably got either drink or smoke, your wife goes and get you a bottle or go get you some blunts.
He says she cheated. It's hard to be with someone you don't like. She don't like him anymore. Yes, she cheated on him now. So the rest of the 6-minute rant, I'll pin it in the comments after, because I do have it all uploaded, but I'll pin it in the comments after so you can go look at it, because everything he was saying didn't make sense. You cheated. Yeah, she did at the end. She didn't, but she had already told him she didn't want to be with him no more. She already told him all of that. So and she went on a vacation and had fun. So she wasn't cheating. No different than what I would say about a man if they cheated at the end after they said, I don't want this no more. Right. Is it biblically accurate? No, it's not. But as we can see, there are men that you try to get away from, and I'm not signing the papers. I'm not getting out the house. Now, why you don't want to sell that house, sir?
Right.
If y'all got to sell the house, he's already telling her in advance he's gonna be stubborn. But you don't have a job. So what, you just gonna let it go into foreclosure and then y'all gonna lose it?
Right.
Mom, sorry, I don't think that's cheating either. After a partner, male or female, deals with so much in a marriage. If you do it the right way, you dealt with all of that. You left a period open where you like, okay, I'm gonna just focus on myself, start preparing myself in case it happens, be honest with the other person, and they see you drifting off. She says she sleep in the downstairs room, not even upstairs no more. At that point, between that couple, I do feel like you're not a couple no more. All you waiting for is the legal part of it to go through. But imagine her not being anybody that went through something like that, not being able to date until their divorce was final.
Right.
If I met a man and I saw with my own eyes that he was dealing with something like that, I would move forward with him, because we could just start our relationship. Because I know you're not going to be, y'all can't even get along. You got it in the courts. Y'all going back and forth. I mean, mama, look how long my uncle, I can say his name, was in court. You already did it. That's you and God already came to terms. You didn't already told this person, and this person is holding up your life. He gonna drag her. He probably gonna ask for alimony and everything, huh?
Yep, all of that. Mitch. Yep.
That's the devil's handwork.
That nigga finished trying to Kevin.
Bro, in 5 years, he could have got a master's degree. He could have went back to school for something and been getting financial aid or student loans and still bringing money in the house. He could have done so many things.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, that's a degree.
You even think of that.
5 years is a degree, like you said, and you're getting little financial aid, little bread you can kick in here.
Apply for scholarships.
Yeah, I got $5 or $6. Here you go. I mean, it ain't much, but you know.
But it can be.
Yeah.
Scholarships is that one girl got 14 million. A new girl got 1.5. You can get enough to fund your life while you're in college and have some left over. I mean, if we grown and we're gonna be honest about it, make that your part-time job. Applying for all of the money that's out there. I don't give a fuck if you get student loans at that point. Because
like you got time.
That's all I'm saying. Because he's sitting pretty on the stairs.
Right.
No, I'm not letting. No, you're not getting past me. You're not gonna let her get her stuff.
Everything you need is over there. So what you keeping?
Only what's in her car. He said whatever you put in your car is it. You're not letting her get her stuff. I would have called the police too. I don't ever want to or desire to call the police in my space with a black man. I just don't. Not for me. Number one, I'm 5'4" and my husband is 6'7". My ex, I'm 5'4" and he looked like he could bench press this house. That's not my preference. But if you don't leave the person a choice, everybody can't just keep walking away from their stuff. And that's not fair.
It's not.
That's not fair. She already leaving. She ain't making you leave. She's leaving.
She's leaving.
I can't do it. I can't do it. And I hope our boys keep really paying attention to who they date. And I hope the girls pay attention to who they bring around, because this stuff causes problems in families too. Because if you have to get your family involved, back to the previous topic, stuff can escalate real quick. Real quick. I just don't get it. I've known people who let things go into foreclosure, yes, rather than giving it to the one that could afford it. Yes, we do. And they were the one that ended the relationship. Yes, we do. And got alimony and got this and got that. Listen, players, I don't encourage anybody to allow their spouse, even a woman, to stay at home. Once you make a certain amount of money, I don't care what she does, make her work. That will get you in trouble in the state of California, especially. You will have to pay alimony. You will have to give them 50% of your 401. They could have been cheating. We also know somebody that got divorced after many, many, many years. The man filed for the divorce. The man never, ever worked, cheated on her, had a baby. They was together since high school. He took half her 401k. He took half of everything and never, ever, ever took care of his kids or nothing.
Damn.
People, it's not just women and it's not just men. People is vicious.
Evil.
That's why people be unaliving people.
Yeah.
That's why people be unaliving people. That's somebody's livelihood. Half of your 401k. Do y'all know how much? Do you know you just set that person back half the time of their retirement that you never worked for? You can't touch the 401k, but you got to pull that money out to give it to the other person. But you can't touch your 401k. Y'all better start looking into what these commitments truly mean with marriage and whatnot.
That's real shit.
It ain't no joke.
No, it ain't.
And if you got a good one, hang in there. If they don't act like this, hang in there and make your marriage work and do what you need to do. If grass ain't greener on the other side, it's actually brown.
Definitely brown. I'm
just saying. Okay, now let's take a look at oh, I found a weight loss tip, so I'm going to share it. This is our health segment of the show. Ready? Here we go.
How to get rid of unwanted fat.
TikTok always wins. So you saw the paper towels was soaking up the fat, so you start wrapping yourself in paper towels. Happy Men's Mental Health Month.
I was like, wait a minute. What is? I was trying to see what the rest of. I said, okay, what's the rest of it? What the fuck? This
Sit there and wrap this up. First of all, paper towels is expensive, sir. Why are you wasting my paper towels?
Why
Don't
you
waste my paper towels for a TikTok.
I'm tripping on that? Oh my god.
I had to watch it like 2 times to get it. I didn't get it at first. I was like,
Yeah, I was lost.
I don't understand.
Is he like about to put the food on him and let the grease run out?
Right. Like, I was like, so is he gonna burn himself? Like,
yeah.
And then I had to look real close. I was like, that's paper towels. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You cannot soak up your fat that way, sir. That, let's see. I thought that would break up my attitude. Laugh my butt. That shit is funny. At that point, there should be a paycheck involved. Listen, if you want to let her stay home during, or him, they're there to stay home when your kids are in their formative years. I do get that. But try to have a business. But yeah, I do get those years because it's important. But for the most part, make that person work. Because if I could tell some real stories, it's not pretty. It's actually very bad.
Yeah.
Who are you looking at, brother? Is it a girl over there? Don't let me see no shadow.
Nah, it's my son.
Let me call my nieces. They will tell me the truth.
Ain't nobody here. Nah.
Tell Trey, let me see him then.
Trey. Come here.
Y'all, they look like twins.
Put a
Him and
hand.
Trey look like twins.
He's gonna put his face in the camera.
I can't stand Trey. Well, y'all don't get to see. I'll put up a picture of Trey. Look at him. It's something wrong with him. He's crazy.
Hi.
Trey, you really gonna do me like that?
He don't got no pants. He over here trying to put his face in.
I'm about to get in the shower.
He's like,
okay. Are you naked? Get off this camera.
No, I just got no shirt on.
Okay. Okay. So let's take a look at the next one. So although we just celebrated Juneteenth, it is an amazing day. In 1865, the slaves in Texas were made aware that you are actually free. But I feel like it's time to pay homage. I was not aware that so many people didn't know this story, and I mentioned it on Rosé's show about the family that was still in slavery. Hold on, Mama was laughing at Trey. That was still in slavery in 1950. So a little bit of that bridge. I'm not going to be sensitive tonight. Jesus. A little bit of that bridge is that you remember what they called sharecropping? So sharecropping was basically when they freed the slaves, the slave master said, you can stay on my land and work on it, and I won't charge you rent, any bills like that. You just have to work here. But a lot of them never paid off their debt of living there to be able to leave. And they sharecropped to keep their business still running. They didn't get a huge portion. What they got was you get to live here for free. I was already living here for free and working. So what's the difference? There is a historian. So that continued for years. So that's still slavery. They just called it something different. And that's how it got to be 1950. And there was still a family. There's a historian that studied him, and I'll put the link for that as well. It's about a 20-minute YouTube. There's a historian that was looking for her family because, we're all broken up. And she found that her family, where they exactly went to, through the process, she found out what sharecropping really meant, how there was still a debt, how those things work. and that there were still other slave families that didn't know. Um, I will tell you, I'll put the video, but I will tell you to be in a good place when you watch it, because one of the men that is interviewed is still so afraid to speak. And he talks about the Caucasian man that he still lives with on the place where his family was the slaves. Oh, I get to stay here for free. Oh no, that's like a brother with me. Sometimes I can even go up and sleep in the house. Be ready to watch it. And the white man, you know, is he still talks that way. I'll just say I'm good to him. And when the lady said at one point, or the man, oh, I talked to such and such. Well, he's full of shit sometimes. He automatically thought that that man said something bad, and that man didn't say nothing bad. So it totally debunked and validated the feeling that was present there when they went to visit the man and talk. So to me, he is still in slavery, but it gives a better picture, right? It's not like my house and the house next to me. It's open land, this big amount of land that's there. You don't have a car, you don't have a TV, you don't have anything to get off of this place or to even go and learn anything. So that whole thing we heard before where like you a slave because they have your mind or these different things, that's not fair. It's not. It's just really not fair. But I wanted to share it because we still got work to do. So we still got to stay on our toes, and it's bigger than us. I'll say that. So let's take a look.
I don't know what would you call it, but something like a plantation to me. It belonged to several different white people. They all were family, I guess. And you couldn't leave. And if you did leave, they either come get you or have somebody kill you, whatever. That's what happened.
What they do to your mother?
They just had my mother, the white men. They just do what they want to do with her. And I just wasn't big enough to do nothing. If I would have been, I don't know, probably wouldn't be.
And this was in the 1950s or 40s?
That was on through the 40s, in the 50s, all through the 50s, and part of the 60s.
So what would the repercussions be if you tried to leave or if you tried to refuse what they wanted?
Back in them days, it was kind of like you had to do what the white man said or get killed. My daddy's uncle, they made him dig a grave and killed him. They killed him and buried him in his own grave. Jerry Dawson, they killed him. He lived around the same place we lived at. He left and said he wasn't coming back. They wouldn't got him, brought him back, carried him right down there from his house, killed him, hung him up in a tree.
They hung him?
They killed him first, castorized him, and hung him up right from his house where his children, everybody could see him.
Were you aware that this is 1940s, 1950s, that this is insane. Arthur, this breaks my heart to hear this story. Growing up, were you fully aware, this is in the 40s and 50s, the civil rights movement is just about to begin. Were you aware of what was going on in the rest of the country at that time for black people pursuing freedom?
No.
You weren't aware at all that there was any pursuits for freedom in the 40s and 50s for us?
No, not really.
That's crazy. That's very, very crazy. And the world wants us to believe that we are free and that the things we are saying that you are doing to us at work, when you pull us over, at the grocery store, when you provide our health care, are not real. Them is your grandfathers that did the shit. It's still that close. So while in all the rest of the world, people is free.
I have to breathe real quick.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot, but we have to talk about it because if we don't connect and we don't feel it, you'll look around at your pretty little purse, at your cute little weave, and you'll forget you have an assignment. This is real. That's sad. And people came to visit that family. People saw this happening and they were okay with it. Those are the people that are still alive and dealing with us. That's
And,
crazy. Through the 60s?
and what I believe is, I believe this isn't the only story. I believe there's a
It's a
lot of
lot of them.
people around that haven't spoke, that haven't been seen, that haven't been heard. I believe it continued longer than the 60s.
It did.
I believe
The family they went to go visit, remember I said he's still staying on the plantation where he doesn't even realize that that's where he is. No, it's real. The link I'm going to put is a historian right now that's looking back in history and going to visit these people like, you're still here? They didn't leave.
See, and yeah, I think this right there, this right here, when people are so afraid to talk about this type of stuff
Mm-hmm.
because of the quote unquote progression of the world, so called, um, because of where we are, where everyone thinks we are. But it's like, this is where non-melanated people got to realize the psychological and the mental effects from this was 75, this was in the 60s, that's 65 years ago today, you know. And I believe it continued to the 70s. It's still, he's still there, so obviously it's still going on. But the descendants of the people that were enslaved, come on, you got to understand, if we're going to sit up here and talk about what a baby can absorb in a mother's womb, not to be stressing and going through this because the baby absorbs all that. What do you think all those babies and those descendants have absorbed through their mothers and fathers and grandmothers? Those kids, we are born into distress, and that continues because right after it so-called ended, Jim Crow took over,
That part.
and you know what I mean. The crack epidemic.
We haven't had a break.
We haven't had a break. It's been constant
Mm-hmm.
turmoil. And so when people talk about some of our people, and we get frustrated with some of our people nowadays, of course, about some of the things, but we got to realize a lot of our people are fucked up.
Yes.
And
Do
it
you
was,
know that family went for restitution? A lawyer tried to go for restitution for him, and they said no.
see, they
They
won't even,
didn't give it to him. They said no. It was no. They said no.
I think it's more of them.
How?
I think they want to keep us down financially, but it's more of them. They don't want to admit they were wrong. So when you give restitution or when you grant stuff like that, you have to admit to being wrong, right?
But brother, he's still there. How can you not?
Because they changed the name of it. Now it's
Sharecropping and
yeah,
all of
you know what
this
I'm
shit.
saying?
He gets to stay here for free. I mean, who wouldn't love to stay somewhere for free?
Yes.
That's what the man was saying. I was like, is he serious?
Yes, I'm telling you, and it's they learn how to put this in whatever they want to put it in. This form, this isn't even in the music industry. You know, these black artists getting tied down by these label owners who own them, literally.
Right.
So much of the stories of niggas doing crazy shit to get on and stay on and not getting no money, being broke. That is the same exact shit. Tied up in a contract to where you can't move. Your
So
family.
can't they see why that makes us even more upset? How is it coming from somebody that looked like me?
Come on.
But you want to talk about them? Why are we not more mad at ourselves? That's what I just don't understand it.
Come on, dude.
And,
Like, this is crazy. Like, to actually know that, of course, this story exists all over. I believe there's a lot of these cases that people ain't
I
speaking.
do.
They not saying nothing. It's still going on in the South, for sure. And that's the reason why, man, a bit huge reason why, you know, we can't all the way ever catch up because we are so far behind because of that type of shit. Like, we still got people in slavery. We still got people who are being held hostage against their will, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't that long ago. Even if you go back to the 50s, that was, man. We got people
Our
that still,
parents was alive then.
yes, our parents were
That
freaking,
could have been our parents.
yes, they were teenagers and young adults. That's what our parents were at that time. Like,
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So that's their parents. Those were their parents. So imagine
right.
what they felt for and saw for their parents. Imagine the trauma that's passed down.
Where are their kids? Where's his kids? You know
Where,
he had kids. They made us procreate.
right.
So
He
what
got
did he do with his kids?
a gang of kids out there is probably his, and he don't even know.
Right,
Mixed kids, because they probably make them have babies with the white women. Yeah,
right.
they got a gang of kids out there somewhere. They was making them do it. Probably got 20, 30 kids out there somewhere. Here,
And these are the people in the world that we wondering why something is wrong with them. And
yeah,
they too scared to tell that thing because
yes,
that's their grandfather and they don't want you to hurt them or get to them or anything because your brain is programmed.
right,
It's enslaved. You might be out here walking and sitting right next to us, and that could be what your thing is that's holding you back, and you just won't say anything. Because if we could say that all of these people are scared of Diddy, how much more scared are they of these people that it could be me or you, and I'm not supposed to say nothing, nor can I ever see my father again or whatever. I gotta leave and I can't say anything. And
right,
if I do, it's gonna be something that happens to him. And even after he's gone, you might have power and you told me that, and I'm afraid of what you could do to me.
right.
It's people walking around afraid of those same people right now. And
Yeah,
every other word out his mouth was God. God this and God that. I was like, oh God, no, I wouldn't do that.
no,
Oh God, no, no. His daddy out there, he was a lead one. And if you said anything that they knew, they better never say anything to him. What? You said it like y'all doing them a favor. I don't understand. He was for real talking like that. And that man didn't know where none of his family was. So the historian went and dug through all of this stuff. She's great. News articles, found out how much they paid for certain people, and found his family. So hopefully he can connect with some of them because he don't know who his family is. How you keep one and the other man, it's only him and the Caucasian man and his wife. I'm like, when a wife came out, I was like, wait, what? You okay with this too? So your family must be like this.
right,
Like, what the hell? He said, Killing still happens because they are still scared and they know that if they don't stop us, we will oversee them. But we're inclusive. So even if 99% of inventions were done by Black, yes.
facts.
Allensworth, we're still going to go to Allensworth this year. That's here. The Black town that was here that they poisoned is here. It's like 3 hours away. We're
Wow,
still going on the trip. Yeah, I want all the kids to go. Allenstown, Dr. King was killed in 63, just 60 years ago.
damn,
But the fact that that man didn't even know that. So the way that he ended up finding out is people that was marching for civil rights, they marched through there.
oh my God.
That's how they found out that they was free.
He like, wait, what the fuck?
How all these
What's
Black
this?
people doing it.
Right, they about to get shot. Hey, y'all get out! What the fuck y'all doing? Get y'all asses down!
Yep.
They look at him like,
Yep. Like, what the fuck is going on over there?
what are you
Yeah,
doing over there, sir?
that's how he found out.
Oh man. Hey, Poppy was like, hey, my nigga, what's up? Come here. He probably like, stop.
But that brought new light to why they marched and why they marched then. It wasn't to be on social media or to gather. There needs to be an action. They didn't have news outlets, social media, things like that. So they got on the ground and marched so that everybody would know. Now I understand what the marching was for.
Yes, news.
Now I understand. I never understood that. Like, why are y'all? Well, that's not doing anything. Back then, it did. It made the message travel.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
beautiful, beautifully done to our people. Got to give them some props for that. That was dope.
That was so smart.
Yeah, Beautifully
Do you know my whole life I never understood that? And you'll probably go back and listen to shows, anybody that's listening. And if you ever hear me say, why are you doing that? You need to, where's the action behind that? Well, more so now, I still believe that way because people go out and march, put on a t-shirt and then go home and post their pictures, but you didn't do an action. That was the action. They had to word of mouth by themselves. That's what the marching was for. That's why it's good to keep learning stuff because you'll have your aha moments. And even just learning that, now I know the power of marching where I didn't see it before. I didn't understand. Um, wow. Yeah, that's how he learned about it. Civil rights movement. So my heart goes out to anybody that
shit.
I don't know what to say. It's
I need that story. Send me that link when you get time.
I'm gonna do it. No, I'm gonna do it right now. As soon as we get off, I don't want to just keep looking down. But no, I saved it. I saved it so that I can actually do a show with this, so it'll pump it back into the oh god, algorithm because it was done a while ago. But even that historian, if somebody is looking for something, reach out to her. She like thrives on doing this stuff. She really loves doing it. So if you have questions or now we have the ancestry thing, she can help though, because she likes doing this type of stuff and you can find out where your lineage is. I'm just trigger warning. I'm just telling you in advance because here in 1960 to me, when I think about 60s, I think about good music. I think about wigs. I think about home ownership. I think about those things for us. That's what I think about. I think about my family coming to California, owning homes. I think about them working at good jobs, but that's not everybody's reality. It's not. Even to have that opportunity, it's not what was Black at that time. We have our errors, but in all of those errors, it was still that happening. That was happening right next door to where your grandmother may have been able to leave from. Um, you can't make me believe they just all was like, oh, the slaves can go sharecropping alone, now
Back.
knowing what it is.
Come on.
When she turns the paper around and shows you, oh, they paid $8.50 for his grandmother. If you want to go look for somebody, this is what she taught. This is my last thing. Or if you want to go look for somebody, look at what they listed as the property in their home. Couch, lamp, strong Negro, buck. The fuck? That was the value of their home. That was a piece of their property. It's listed that way. And it's all in the libraries and stuff. So make sure that you're in a good place to receive it, and then let that charge you to do something different in our world. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you donate the books in your house. I don't care if you donate your time. That's usually the best. But do something to give back to us, because the way they gaslighting us is crazy as fuck. We could really be champion for each other and be maxing out shit, and they got us so damn divided. It's crazy, making us believe, well, everybody has a chance just because you didn't do what you needed to do to get here. What? That's not true.
Not true.
We are born in a deficit. We are born in a deficit.
Born in a deficit, for sure.
We are born in heartbreak.
Yes.
And fear.
Yes.
The sooner we realize that, the sooner we will do our job as this era to get us out of it. Because we got too many people in position that if they work their position, we could do a lot better. A whole lot better. We judges now. We lawyers now. Anywho, that's it for me. And that's why I'm going to always support my people, especially my Black men. I support everybody, but if I have to choose, I'm going to choose the deficit. You have enough help. We don't have no help. So I'm going to lend my help to what looks like me first. If I don't, y'all do it. Y'all do it. That don't, well, for a lot of y'all, I mean, you don't love other people, but that's never been us. And it's not going to ever be us. I don't want you to not have. I just want us to have. That's it. I want to take nothing from you.
Right.
It's enough for everybody, and we've created enough for everybody. At this point, just let us go. Just let us go. 'Cause,
Please.
hmm. Okay, brother. Well, I'm glad we had to have this Juneteenth lesson. I've been going strong on social media for like 5 years, and it's topics that I don't touch because I'm a big crybaby, because this shit is for real.
Yep.
And but I'm gonna be stronger. Even if I have to cry in front of y'all, because it needs to be said. So we all know what our purpose is, and you're more grateful for the doors that have been open to where you are. We can go to college now through the front door. We can be a professor. We can be a police. We can be a judge. We can be a president. We can be all of these things now. Those people did a lot of shit for us, and we owe them to be better. I'm not saying don't be ratchet. It's okay to be a little ratchet sometimes, but I'm saying have a purpose and do your job, because you have one. God gave us all one.
Yeah. Facts.
That's it for me, and that's my soapbox. As normal, I'm gonna let my brother end the show and say what he gotta say, and then we are out.
Well, I first of all want to appreciate you for the Juneteenth episode. I am a big advocate for Juneteenth. I discovered Juneteenth about 9 years ago, and been, that's around the time I discovered, Black Wall Street and a lot of historical things that weren't taught to us. And I've been a big advocate. I even stopped celebrating 4th of July. I don't think that's our holiday tradition. People get the day off, they want to barbecue, they want to get together. Me, I just don't celebrate. I haven't celebrated 4th of July in years. I don't do anything on 4th of July. I take the day off and I chill because, obviously, I'm working that day. But
Right.
Juneteenth is my holiday. That's my 4th of July. And as I get older, I want to make more traditional things on that day. So I appreciate you for having this episode, because I love this. You already know where my mind was going when I was thinking of that, story. I like to tell those type of stories of Black history, being in a filmmaking side. So my wheels are spinning already, on telling more of these Black stories. So
It
I know
needs to be told.
they need to be told. A lot of these stories need to be told, and in a creative way. This is 2024. I have my own way that I want to do things, but so I appreciate this episode a lot. I like talking about this type of stuff, even though it's so hurtful, but I like getting the information out. So everybody continue to do your research, to continue to be open-minded and learning who we truly are and where we came from. We need to know all of that in order to rise. We need to know all the horror stories. We need to know everything that happened to us with all these. There was 16 or 20 Black Wall Streets across the nation. It wasn't just that one hood. So it's a lot. If we know all this, and we know all this why it happened, we can we can take this and help us advance and progress forward. So everybody keep an open mind, keep on listening to us. We appreciate y'all coming. I can't wait to share with y'all my new journey in this musical journey. Yeah, I'm really excited to share. I had to get rid of the fear, because I think what helps me, I'm looking at this whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing, and there's people out there in the comments that just be saying Kendrick Lamar is whack, and I be so.
What?
I'm like, how could you, in your human right mind, think that he's, now you could say he's not your style or not your preference, but
Right.
call that man whack, you are out of your fucking mind. So that's what I think. So if people could call him whack, and I think he's arguably the greatest of all time up there with Pac, if people that call Tupac whack, and I'm like, are you fucking stupid?
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? So that just goes to tell me I don't have to have
Just
the
do
fear
your shit.
who gonna like my shit. There's people who's gonna absolutely hate it and call me garbage, but there's people that actually might not hate it. So
Right.
there's no fear. I'm not doing it for anybody. I'm doing it for myself, and for me, for the culture, for what I'm gonna be talking about. So I'm excited to join that journey, be obedient, and accept this journey that I got from above. And it's coming. It's loading. So make sure you guys come back and check us out next week. Like, subscribe, and share, and tell people about us, man. We've been doing this for a long time, man. We need to be popularized. We need to be one of the main people out there. We talk about real stuff. Come back next week at 9 o'clock, and y'all have an excellent night.
Good night.